know about what makes valuable companies and what builds wealth, what are some businesses that you'd want to start right now, and what would you optimize for, and what metrics would you try to optimize for, and how?
Yeah, I mean, I think it depends on what you're trying to optimize for. If you're just trying to
Well, I'm
build
asking
wealth,
you. I'm
well,
asking you.
for me personally, I mean, I really find value in balancing home life and work, right? So family is super important to me. So my answer would probably be a little bit different for me, and I want to live not in a big city, and so
That's
very
okay. I
different
want to hear
from.
what you would do.
Yeah. So if I was starting over today, I would probably start something in the construction space or home services space, maybe office services. I want to get in something that's you know, I like competing in areas where there's not a natural selection of people into that, right? So you don't want to be in the winery business because everyone in Silicon Valley that exits a business goes and buys a winery, right? And pumps a bunch of money into it. Like I don't want to be in the film business because everybody who, every son of a billionaire, makes movies. Owning restaurants is really difficult. I mean, separate from all the stuff we're going through now, because everyone, that makes any money thinks it'd be easy and wants to own their own restaurant. So I like things that sort of have a natural selection bias against them. Like nobody drives by somebody building a swimming pool in Arizona in the summer and says, you know what, I really want to quit my job in the air conditioning and go dig a hole in the ground, right? So we want to get involved in things like that. I would try to take something probably that is small and partner with them, that they already have the infrastructure in place, the sort of the technical side and the systems there. And then I would really try to spend some time, how can we use latest technology to make us more efficient, try to build something that's scalable sort of beyond a geography, and get a model down, a billing model, a sales model down that we thought was replicatable, and that really had some sort of moat around it. And then I would try to scale it over time. And I
Okay,
think
what
there's lots of
specifically? Yeah, anything specifically?
I think it would depend largely on what I could find in the geography. I mean, here in Columbia, I mean, there's a fantastic HVAC service company that's still fairly small, but they've got great systems. They actually develop their own software. It'd be something like that I'd want to partner with and say, okay, look, I want to get my hands dirty. I want to get involved in. I mean, I'm not an investor by heart. I'm an entrepreneur. That's what I love to do, and that's how we think about our business is being operators and entrepreneurs. And so I wouldn't necessarily get involved in finance. I mean, finance to me is a mechanism that allows and enables entrepreneurship and running real companies. It's not trading paper back and forth. So I would probably get far more involved in sort of non-tech entrepreneurship, which I know you guys are in Silicon Valley, and this can fall on deaf ears.
No, I like what you're saying, but so you said HVAC, you
Yeah, I'd
said
say HVAC,
pools.
yeah, pools, lawn service. I think I like.
Lawn service.
Yeah, like lawn and garden care type stuff. I mean, have you ever tried to get somebody to call you back? It's
Yeah, you want to hear something cool? We had so Brian, you know who Brian Scudamore is?
uh-uh.
Scudamore, 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so the guy who owns it, his name's Brian. He's Canadian. He's friends with me and Shaan. I shoot the shit with him every once in a while. It's like what is that, Shaan? Like a $500 million a year company. He owns all of it. And he, either me or one of us asked him where opportunity is. And he goes, man, if I had to do the same thing, I would do 1-800-GOT-JUNK, but I would do it for lawn care or for irrigation.
Yep. That type of stuff I'm talking about. Yeah. I mean, there's all these like strange, niches that you can get into. What I would do is probably take my time and go and talk to a lot of people who are already in business and say, what is your biggest problem? Like, who's the supplier that you're most annoyed with? What's the customer that you have that's just killing it, that type of thing. And then I'd probably go try to snake my way into one of those businesses. And then it's really just about getting a foothold, right? I mean, that's what you need a foothold, and then you can start building on it from there. But I mean, the problem is if you've got a boat that you're trying to row that's rickety and it may look pretty on the outside, but it's just not going to go anywhere. It doesn't matter how hard you row it. And I think that's early in my career when I was involved in, more of the agency business, that's how I felt. It felt like, I could just row that thing as hard as I could and I'd maybe get an inch further. And that's why I just want to get out of businesses that are like that.